Hey guys, welcome to another playlist. Today I'm going to be playing my new pet format, Pauper. Classic Pauper as opposed to standard Pauper, although do expect more standard Pauper content in the future. I am playing my favorite deck, Affinity. So taking a quick look at the deck here, we are Wurg Affinity. That's white, blue, red, green. So these lands are actually also artifacts, so they help with my affinity and metalcraft count, which is why they're so strong, and we'll get more to that in a moment. So this is a 4-color deck, but we do have some other fixers to help us out. We have 4 chromatic stars, which we can use to draw cards and maybe hit a color if we don't have all 4 lands out. I am running 2 Flayer Husks. This is simply a 1/1 equipment living weapon, so it comes in as a 1/1 creature basically, but then I can move it to another creature. It also combos with my Springleaf Drum, as it's, I think, my only 1-drop creature. Yeah, so I can tap the Flayer Husk to play something else, or to equip it, pay its equip cost to equip it to another creature. So that's why I'm running them. And also, like I said, the deck is very light on artifact 1-drops, mostly just Chromatic Star and Flayer Husk, and well, I guess Springleaf as well, but that's not nearly as good. So that helps get our early Metalcraft and Affinity, and also lets us have a creature to start swinging. Playing 4 of Galvanic Blasts, just a better Lightning Bolt in this deck, as we rarely do not have Metalcraft. 4 Ichor Wellsprings. This serves as double draw power, as when I play it, I draw a card. It helps Affinity and Metalcraft, and then I can sack it to Atog or Perilous Research to draw another card. So there are some variants to this list. I'm playing a white variant for Auriok Sunchaser, who is a 3/3 flyer most of the time. I like this version a little better because it plays more threats, although it does play less removal. The other ones play stuff like Duress and Doomblade, which is the black one. But Auriok Sunchaser has served me very well over my past couple games, so I do like her a lot, and I'm hoping to switch to the white version in real life soon. I'm running 2 Perilous Researches. This is another draw spell in addition to Thoughtcast, except sometimes I can draw 3 cards off of it if I sacrifice Ichor Wellspring or Chromatic Star to it. Also, I can do it in response to a removal spell, and sort of get a little bit more value out of a creature than I would otherwise. Here's one piece of our sneaky combo, Atog. Atog says sacrifice an artifact, get +2/+2 until end of turn. This deck has a lot of artifacts, including the land, so making Atog pretty big pretty fast is not out of the question. He combos with Fling. So you sack Atog, you fling it at your opponent for the last few points of damage, and hopefully win the game. Normally I would do that when they're tapped out and have no way of counterspelling it. Because there's nothing worse than sacking our whole board, Atog flinging counterspell. It's happened to me. 4 of Carapace Forger. So Affinity is sort of characterized by extremely efficient creatures and removal. So like, Galvanic Blast, 4 damage instead of 2 because I have artifacts. Let's skip ahead a little to Thoughtcast. I draw 2 cards for blue because I'm playing artifacts. Sunchaser, 3/3 with flying for 2 because I play artifacts. Carapace Forger fits into that tradition. It's a 4/4 as long as I have artifacts, and normally you're going to have, especially if you hit your turn 1 artifact, you're going to have 3 artifacts by the time you're playing this guy. Because if I like turn 1 Flayer Husk or Springleaf, turn 2 land, and this guy, that's 3 artifacts already. So it's just very efficient creatures, very efficient removal, and very efficient draw power. We do have a couple quote-unquote free artifacts here. Frogmite, when you have 4 artifacts, you can pay him for 0, his affinity cost. And then Mirror Enforcer, another 4/4 that I can, if I have 4 lands out, he only costs 3. So like that's pretty good. I like this deck a lot. Moving to the sideboard, I did not yet wish to buy Pyroblast and Hydroblast. They're very expensive online, and I wanted to sink my teeth into the deck a little before I shelled out for them. But I'm starting to think I really want them because like the spell is good, but Hydroblast arguably better in most cases. I board this in against Mono Black, and I find it helps a lot with their spot removal. So very good. 3 of Dispel, counter stuff like that. 3 of Electrickery. There's a lot of 1/1s in this format, and I bring this in against decks I wouldn't even expect to sometimes, especially like White Weenie, so it's pretty good. Gorilla Shaman is for Affinity, and is honestly the bane of my existence, because its ability basically says 1, destroy target land against me. So there have been games where I've lost/almost lost to this guy. He's just very, very strong versus me. 1 more Auriok Sunchaser in case we need the extra threat, say against Mono Black. 3 Ancient Grudges, again for the mirror, and there are some Tron decks floating around that are pretty interesting. So this comes in against them. I don't know. I'm honestly not very good at sideboarding with this deck yet. I have been bringing them in. I don't know if that's correct or not. 2 Serene Hearts for Boggles, destroy all auras at instant speed. Pretty good against them. And then in cases of racing against Delver and other creature-based decks, I have 2 Armadillo Cloaks. So yeah, let's get into some games. I like this deck a lot. I've been enjoying it. Been playing a lot of Pauper lately. I'll see you guys in the games. We should do about 4 rounds today, I think. I'll see you there.